Lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lizzie and I post a lot of beauty related content here on my channel, and today we are doing a testing video of W7. So I don't know if all of this is new, but some of it is new to the website. I know that the foundation isn't quite new, but everything else I feel like is. I do have a primer to test as well that obviously isn't new. But I do have a lot of products to test, so it's nearly a full face and just not quite there. Let's just head into the tutorial. So the first thing, we have two eyeshadow palettes. So we have the all natural one, which looks like this. However, I did ask my patrons, so weird, I can use the word ask my patrons. They opted for the Pretty Wild palette, which I'm kind of glad they did because it's more berry toned and it's a definite bit of me. So let's put my Beauty Bay eye base on. I don't have any eyebrow products, so I've literally just used my normal eyebrow stuff. You know what, they only have these three mattes down here, so I'm going to take the more cooler toned one and put that in my crease. There's a lot of kickback in the palette. Quite a pale colour, but it did blend out nicely. So we'll go in with the warmer tone shade at the bottom of the palette here, just to deepen it up because it looks like it would be quite a quick look. For the lid, I'm really drawn to this shade right here. It's like a lavender purple. If you can see, it's a bit patchy, so I think I'm going to wet the brush. You definitely need to wet your brush and put on a few layers. It is crumbly as well, but it's worked. Now let's just blend it out with that dark warm brown. For now, the eyes are semi-done because we're going to put on this W7 felt liner. Again, it's part of their very vegan way line. This is the Wild eyeliner and this is very black. So you're going to watch me make a mess. I'm blinking quite a lot. Now it's time to try and get this side to match this side. That actually worked really well. It didn't dry out, it worked pretty well. I didn't struggle with it, but really like it. Next thing we have is a Lymphedema Mascara, so let's see. That is what the wand looks like. The packaging is green, just like all the Very Vegan range. Oh, the brush is a bit flexible. Can you see that? It's gripping my lashes, but I feel like it's moving a lot. It's quite a nice mascara though. Like the actual formula is lifting my lashes up, and that's something I struggle with. I don't know, it feels like it's just not screwed in properly. It's just a wriggler. Even though the wand is wiggling about, it worked quite well. So I'm going to put some false lashes on. I don't have any falsies from W7, so I'm going to do that and then come back and do primer. Before we move on to the rest of the face, I just want to quickly talk about the palette. It's not that pigmented, so if you like a palette that you really need to build, or you just don't want too much pigment, you just want something quick and easy daily, you're gonna love this. But if you want something that packs a punch, this isn't that great. Like the foils took a few tries to really get on your lid, so it's something that is just everyday, natural, neutral, that you can quickly throw on and be out the door. It is not something to pack a punch. Now let's go in with the primer. This is the W7 Princess Primer. I got this because of Jodie. She raves about it, and then one day I was watching a video and I actually saw what it looked like on the inside, and it reminds me of the Barry M1. Had to give it a try. It's a very hydrating looking primer, and you know that's the kind of primers I like. Oh, it smells nice as well. Oh, it's leaking. It's nice and soft. So it's giving my skin a healthy glow, which is great because the foundation is a matte foundation, and I feel like if you have matte foundations, you need something that's really gonna hydrate your skin underneath it. This is what the foundation looks like. It's the Very Vegan Perfectly Matte Foundation. I got it in the shade Sand Beige, and I think it's a little bit too dark, but no worries, we'll work it out. For some reason I like foundations a little bit too dark than too pale. Nice amount. I think I'm gonna work with this quickly because it seems quite drying already. Wow, this is definitely the wrong shade for me. This is more of my tan shade, but it's covering nicely. Now that the foundation is on, I would say it's probably light coverage. Like, you really do need to build this up a lot, but it hasn't settled into any lines, which is nice. Like, it's really nice on the skin. It just adds that nice little layer of like evening out your texture, your colour, but I would not say this is full coverage whatsoever, and it's still got some luminosity to it even though it's a matte foundation. Haven't got a concealer or a powder, so I'm quickly going to do that off camera. My face is going to be such a different colour to the rest of my body. The powder did help settle that colour and blend it into my neck a bit better, but we do have a bronzer, and this bronzer is, I feel like there was just one shade of this. This is what the packaging looks like. This is the shade of the bronzer. It might even be a little bit too dark for me, but let's have a go, hey? Pretty decent colour. The bronzer has worked perfectly. I'm in love with this bronzer. It's the perfect tone for me now, and it'll probably be the perfect tone when I get my summer glow on. I know I'm a very different colour to my chest area, but I don't mind. I have this little blush duo in the shade Fresher. This is what it looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous. So you get a blush and a blush topper. So let's try the blush on first. I've forgotten about my Peaches blush brush in a very long time. This is PCO4. Started using it again, and I've gone off on my Nancy one now. Whew. Lovely flush to the cheeks. It looks a bit harsh, but I'll blend it out. I'm just going to add a bit of the topper. They're very like kickbacky. It's given a nice flush of colour to my cheeks. I'm really loving it. Now I want to go in with the highlight. Again, this is in Nature's Glow, so I don't know if there's any more, but I always opt for a gold one. Very kickbacky again. Wow. Oh my god, look at that. Whoa. Very dusty, so this is one of those that you'll have to like blend into your skin with a beauty blender, but oh my god. Whoa. Let's melt that into the skin. Really loving my base. I feel like just going down a few shades in the foundation would be amazing. I do know this foundation had like 5 or 6 colours, so not the best shade range at all. I have a Very Vegan lipstick in the shade Belle's Pink. Look at that. I can't find my W7 lip liners for the life of me, so I'm going to use something a bit similar. Is Essence in the shade Satin Mauve. That really matches the eyes. So now we're going to go in with this colour. It is quite a bright pink. I thought it would be a little bit more muted, but hey ho, let's try it. A bit bright for this look, but I actually do like it. It's a very nice spring shade. Now I'm going to go back in with this palette, and I feel like taking a mixture of these two on my inner corner and brow bone. Let me just take this shade here because I think that has a different undertone to it. Whoa. This is my full face of W7 testing their new makeup. What do you guys think? So it is definitely a bit more springy like I feel like you've got the spring on the eyes, on the lips, you've got the peach on the cheeks. It's definitely a little bit different than what I've been doing lately. I must admit the palette, like I said, isn't greatly pigmented, so I think it was $4.99 anyway, and use the code, I think VIC10, or like just go into Google and ask for a code for W7 because that's what I do sometimes, to get 10% off. The highlight is staying in here next to me with my favourite highlighters because I'm going to be reaching for this like there is no tomorrow. It's quite powdery, but once you use a beauty blender, melts so nicely into your skin. This duo is definitely something I'm going to be reaching for spring. Like, I feel like this is a proper nice springy look, and now that we're in spring, I'm obsessed. So this is something I'm definitely going to reach for. The topper just added a little bit to your look, so it didn't add too much, but it gave you a little bit of a sheen. The foundation worked really nicely. Like, it didn't cling to any lines or anything. It was the wrong shade match. That is one thing I would say about W7. Their shade range for this foundation is horrendous. It doesn't feel too matte and it doesn't feel too glowy, so it is a nice in between, and my skin actually does look quite flawless. Bronzer blended out perfectly. I love this bronzer. This is another bronzer I'm going to keep next to me for my everyday. I'm going to reach for it. Packaging for the highlight and the bronzer is quite bulky, like really is, but it is really cute. And it worked really well. The lipstick's really creamy, but if it looks matte on your lips, but it is nice and creamy, so it is something I would definitely reach for. I love the packaging of this, absolutely love it. Like, I will reach for this again and again. Like, definitely now that we're coming to lighter months, I will be reaching for this lipstick. It's not too bright and it's not too dull, so I love this. This worked really, really well under that foundation. I couldn't fault it at all. I love this primer, and again, it's going to stay next to me and I'm going to reach for it daily. Now I know the type of primers I like. I only buy these kind of primers. I don't buy like the more moisturizing ones or like pore filling. I just buy these ones. They work so well, and I have a ton of them now that just sit next to me day to day. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please smash it a huge thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye guys.